Hello friends and welcome to my channel IBOL Designing Developer. So today we are diving into one of the most powerful tools in Java, the for loop. Imagine needing to run a piece of code 5 times, 50 times or even 5000 times. Instead of writing it out manually, the for loop comes to the rescue like a programming superhero. With just one simple line, you can repeat actions, loop through data and control how many times your code runs, all with precision and speed. From printing numbers to looping through arrays, the for loop is everywhere and it's the backbone of efficient Java logic. By the end of this video, you will not only understand how it works, but you will be writing loops like a pro. Let's get started and unlock the magic of for loops in Java. But before that, remember to hit a like to this video, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my videos which I'll be uploading in future. And remember to share this video as well so more people can understand how we can just cover up these things using different languages. So now, what we are waiting for? Let's move to computer screen and let's dive into it. Alright, so we are in the computer screen, and like I've told you in the start that today in this video I will be telling you that what are for loops in Java. So now if we talk about for loops here, so when you know exactly how many times you want to loop through a block of code, use the for loop instead of a while loop. We have already learned about while loop and do while loop in Java, and we need to understand that what is for loop. Exactly how many times you want to loop through a block of code. For that we use for loop. Like if you want to know that exactly how many times you want to loop, so for that you can just use for loop instead of a while loop, because it takes too much time to run a while loop. You need to create a condition, and in that you need to create the code block which you want to be executed. But for loop you just need to create a for statement here, and after that you can just write statements which you want to add here. You have to add 3 statements in your for loop, and after that you need to create curly braces in which I will be adding my code block which I want to be executed. So in statement 1, yeah, like you can say statement 1 is executed one time before the execution of the code block. Statement 2 defines the condition for executing the code block, and statement 3 is executed every time after the code block has been executed. And I hope you understand that how these 3 statement works which we add in our for loop here. The example below will print the number 0 to 4. And here we have used 3 different statements here in our for loop. You can just see first statement is being used with this I variable in which I have written the value as 0. In second statement I have written I less than 5. And in last statement I have printed this variable of I so that I can get the output printed 0 till 4 all the numbers. But for that you need to print all these things here in this code block value. So here I have printed this by using this println function. So what I'm going to do is now I will be just opening my text editor here, which we have used in the previous videos as well when we were just working in Java, which is NetBeans IDE. Because if you are a beginner and starting with Java, so I will be preferring you to use this IDE because it contains all the features, all the things which a beginner needed when they are starting with Java. Or you can use VS Code as well, because I think that is also a good text editor if you are starting with Java here. So you have to just use the same version as I am using 8.0.2, so you will have all the features in it. I will be removing this start page, and I have already created the file here, and you can just see we have worked with do while loop in the previous video, and this is the way how you can use it. So what I'm going to do is I will be closing these things here, and to close this, you can say close this tag, you need to add this like this, and we have to add it here and then press enter here as well. So you can just see we are getting all the things like we want, and now we need to add our for loop here like we have created. So I will be moving on to my Word document here, and if I just show you, you can just see here is the example. I will be copying this example here, and I'll be moving on to my NetBeans IDE. Here I'll be pasting my example, and you can just see here we have created one for, you can say a tag, and in for tag I have created 3 statements as well, because when you are working with for loop, so you need to create 3 statements, as I told you here when we were just working with this for loop, and we were just understanding why we are adding this example. Now we need to print this thing here, and to print I will be pressing right click on my main.java file. I will be pressing run file here, and you will be getting 0 till 4 all the numbers printed. You can just see here we are getting 0 till 4 all the numbers printed, because in the first statement I have written init I equal to 0. I have just, you can say, you can write the value here. I have written value as 0, but I have written a variable as well. I have written this I variable as 0, and I have written after that, means after first statement, I have written my second statement in which I have written I less than 5, and it means that 0 is less than 5, and that's correct. So that's the reason you will be getting all the numbers printed. But when you have written the second statement, you need to add your third statement as well, in which you have to add these two plus signs here, so that you can get 0 till 4 all the numbers printed. If you are not writing your third statement, or if you are not writing it correctly, so you will be not getting all the numbers printed in your output. So remember, this last step is really important, and after that you need to print these things as well. So in the code block value, you can add system.out.println here, and then you can write your variable name as I, or if you have written any other variable name X or Y, you can just use here that name as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll be moving on to Word document, and now we need to understand why we are using this example, or what's the reason to use this example. So in statement 1, the statement 1 sets a variable before the loop starts, and it is init I equal to 0. That's obvious. Then statement 2 defines the condition for the loop to run. I must be less than 5. If the condition is true, the loop will start over again. If it is false, the loop will end. So it is saying me that statement 2 defines the condition for the for loop, and I should be less than 5, because in I we have written the value 0. If you have written the value as 5 or above than 5, then it should not be less than 5. It can be greater than 5 as well. It's not compulsory. If the condition is true, the loop will start over again, but if it is false, the loop will end. But if we talk about while loop and do while loop, like there, we can just use the statements, or we can just use the condition if it is false as well. It will be running, it will be not stop. But if we talk about for loop, so in for loop, if the condition is false, so the loop will end directly. In statement 3, the value is increases like I plus plus each time the code block in the loop has been executed, and that's the reason why we use this I plus plus. So we can add the value here, and each time we can increase the value by 3. So if we move down, and if we see another example in which I have written like these all things, and this example will only print even values between 0 and 10. So if we just see these things here, if we copy this all, and if I paste it in my NetBeans ID to check it is having all the even values or not. So here I will be moving, and then I will be pasting it. After doing it, what I'm going to do is I will be pressing right click on my main.java file, press run file here, and you can just see 0 till 10 we are getting all even values printed. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You can just see all the even values printed here, because I have written I, and I have written less than equal to 10, and 0 is less than 10, obvious it is. So that's the reason we are getting. And then in the third statement, I have written I equal to I, means the variable which we have used, and I have added 2 with that. So it means that the answer which you will be getting will be plus 2. So after 0 it is adding 2, then after 2 it is adding 2, then after 4 it is adding 2, then after 6 it is adding 2, and after 8 it is adding 2, and giving me the answer 10. And that's the reason we are getting 0 till 10 numbers printed, but in even values, or you can say is that 2 table as well, we are getting all the things printed. If I add I plus 3, so you will be getting all the things printed as 3 table, but 0 till 10. So you can just see we are getting all the things. 10 is not in 3 table, so that's the reason it is not coming. Only 3 values we are getting, 0, 3, 6, 9, like this. So I hope you understand that how we are just using for loops in Java, and how we are using for loops to define different things here, how we are just defining different statements in this for loop. Like we have to add 3 statements, and we are adding these 3 statements in for loop to work with it. So I hope you understand this video, in which we have understand what are for loops in Java, how to use it, and what's the purpose to use it. So if you have understand this video, and if you understand that how we can use for loop in Java, so remember to hit a like to this video. And if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell as well, so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I will be uploading in future. So I hope you'll be enjoying the other videos as well which I'll be uploading in future, because from that you will be understanding more other things which we will be covering through Java. And we have also covered up many other things using Java in the previous videos. You can check that out, from which you will be learning different things like what are for loops, what are while loops, what are do while loop. In this video video we have understand for loop, but still if you want to understand it in detail in different language, you can check out my previous video, because I have worked with for loops in Python as well. You will be having a more good understanding that how we can use that thing in Python. So just like that, I will be just meeting you in next tutorial of Java from start in future. So for today, goodbye.